first senator. So, and the more as we proceed, you will see, we are going to see a lot of shift like that. We are going to see a lot of people defecting, although some will not be courageous enough to dump their party, even if they agree. They will still remain within the party. Some will still remain party men and women, whereas some will remain and continue to do anti-party within that party. That is what politicians are known for.
All right. So I'd like to connect with our correspondent and talk about insecurity. We hear that gunmen behead another abducted Anambra ex-lawmaker after family had paid 15 million naira ransom. So I'd like to connect with Dr. Israel Ibeleme to speak to me about this development. Alright, we're having difficulties connecting with Dr. Israel. So, Mr. Mustafa, let's talk about it. This insecurity keeps coming up here and there, and then this particular story, even after his family had paid 15 naira ransom, 15 million, I beg your pardon, he was still found with his head cut off.
We have on this particular channel here, oftentimes we'll discuss about this lingering insecurity problem in Nigeria. If it's just unfortunate that all along we concentrate our emphasis on northwest and northeast. Northeast, Boko Haram; northwest, banditry. But this time around, we are talking about a relatively calm environment, which is southeast, being engulfed by another insecurity. I call it mismanaged insecurity, avoidable insecurity, because it starts from agitation for Biafra, then to the arrest of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Then we could keep on hearing that the agitators are now saying that, look, if Nnamdi Kanu is not free, definitely there will be no peace in southeast. It's just unfortunate that innocent people are being killed. And how did we arrive at this? We arrive at this by immediately IPOB now declared sit at home. Then we start having this issue of enforcement of the sit at home. Then when we are talking about enforcement of sit at home, who are those people enforcing the sit at home? You then discover all manners of people, including now the so-called unknown gunmen. We now have incidences of unknown gunmen. And now we have issues of kidnapping. Few days ago, Governor Charles Solodu, he said there's no relationship between what is happening in Anambra State with the agitation for Biafra. That what they have is purely criminality. He categorically said that, look, in one of the camps that we raided, we saw logbooks. Inside the logbooks, it contained details, accounting details of how much ransoms were paid. Case of 5 million, case of 3 million, balance of 2 million, and many more like that.
In this case, is a whooping 15 million. 15
million. And the callous act behind this is that after the ransom has been paid, they took the ransom and they still went ahead to kill this man. We know quite okay. The money is not issue here, but why taking his life? They allowed him. They allowed the family to mop up all the cash, pay the money, and they still went ahead and killed him. So this is to me. I believe that this insecurity is becoming too hydra-headed, and is becoming worsening every day. But we should like call on the stakeholders from the southeast. They should rise up against this menace. The insecurity is not something that we can toy with. It's something that will affect both the economy, affect the livelihood of everyone. They shouldn't allow it to creep into their society. They should tame it now, because only the government alone cannot do it. The state government cannot do it. The police alone cannot do it, unless the people are ready to collaborate with the authorities so that they nip it in the bud now. Otherwise, it will come to the time whereby people will be running away from their state, from their hometown, from their villages, and that is where we are getting to right now. This is the second man. So this one, the first one was a lawmaker, and this one is now ex lawmaker. Who know who will be the next person?
Alright, let's talk about appointments. President Muhammadu Buhari has appointed Alhaji Muhammad Shehu as the chairman, Revenue Mobilization and Fiscal Commission, and has asked the Senate to screen and confirm his nomination. This was made known in a letter that that was read at plenary on Wednesday by the Senate President Ahmed Lawan. So this appointment is still going to undergo screening.
Sure, because we are talking about a very critical institution. It's that revenue and fiscal mobilization is a very, very critical institution that has to do with the federation account. All the money that is accruing to the federation account. When we are talking about federation account, we are talking about money that comes from oil, both the non-oil sector is being collated there, and it's from there that is being disbursed to the three tiers of the government: the state, the local government, and the federal government. The federal government takes about 56% of from the federation account, whereas the state government takes about 20 something or thereabout, and like that is the ratio of the sharing. So it's a very critical appointment. Apart from the chairman of the commission, there are other commissioners. I think they are being picked based on geographical locations. Northwest will be represented, northeast will be represented. So also the geographical locations are being represented. So it's not only about the chairman alone. Probably the tenure of the chairman has elapsed, and they need a new chairman now. But I believe that some commissioners, they will still be in office. So otherwise it won't be only the chairman alone. So let's just wait and see.
Alright, moving on. It says trial census now to hold in July. Initially, there was a trial census that was supposed to begin on June 27th, but has been moved to July. This was said by the chairman, National Population Commission, Honorable Nasir Isa Kwara, talking about the trial census that has been shifted.
Gift. Let's tell ourselves the truth. There's something about census in Nigeria. Census has never worked in Nigeria. All this report of Nigeria is over 200 million population, this and that, these are just rumors. These are just figures being bandied here and there. Census is as serious as the politics in Nigeria. There's no, among the three dominant tribes, the contest for domination wouldn't allow Nigeria to have a good census. The only time Nigeria had the census was, I think, 1962 or thereabout, or before then. So you'll now discover that the last census was 2006. During that 2006, to tell you how serious census is in Nigeria, Tinubu was the governor of the present man that is contesting for APC presidential aspirant. He was the governor of Lagos State. To tell you how serious, I just want to give you a small history of census, how serious the issue of census is in Nigeria. In 2006, during that census, what he did was, he hired his own state enumerators, embedded them along National Population Commission enumerators. Why this one were going on with their own enumeration at the federal level, his own enumerators too were doing their own head count based on what the Lagos State government wants. At the end of the day, you now discover that the NPC, National Population Commission, now said the population of Lagos is about 9 million, whereas the one commissioned by the state government gave a different figure of about 21 million. So this, I just want to give to
There's
understand
conflict
there, and the conflict is all about domination. You understand? So it's all about domination. This population, my population, is more than your own. Igbo population are claiming that they are this. Hausa will claim that they are more than this, and that is why, whenever there is census, there is every possibility that there will be that the figure will be manipulated. So, and when the figure is manipulated, that is to say, in statistics, when you don't have adequate when you have a census whereby the data doesn't correspond with what you have on ground, it means it's null and void. Because we need census, we need to know the data of Nigerians to be able to plan well. That is the essence of census. But you now discover that here it's more of political weapon than the economic weapon that we want. Without good figure of the data regarding the population, how do you plan? That is the issue here. Because in economy, you have to make adequate preparation to say, okay, in Nigeria we are 200 million. This 200 million, this is what Nigeria required in terms of monetary money that will go into the economy, and this is where we want to be in the next 10 years. The economists, they plan along that line. They use the population to plan. But unfortunately, here, population is more or less of political weapon than an economic weapon. And that is why we are suffering it today. Till today, nobody knows the actual figure of Nigerians. We don't know it. And it's not supposed to be so.
These figures keep being manipulated every now and then.
As we are talking now, the only census that we had, which the result was rejected, was in 2006.
Over a decade ago. So
it was rejected. So, and now we are talking about another census. I think it's next year also. So,
no, this year actually, July, trial census
ahead of the main census. So,
yes.
It's going to be. Let me not sound like a sadist. I'm not a sadist, but I'm just talking from what the previous experiences we had. Before 2006 census, even the previous one that I was heard, it was marred with controversies, and it was rejected too. 2006 it was rejected. So I just gave you an instance of what transpired in Lagos. So, and I don't think the next one will be too different. I don't think it will be too different.
All right, moving on to other news. Housemaid sentenced to death by hanging for killing Ibenedion's mother. The housemaid was found guilty of killing Madame Ibenedion, who was 85 years old, with a stool with the intent to rob her of the sum of 100,000 naira on December 1st last year at her uptown residence in Benin City. 100,000 naira, I feel like that is too small a sum to take someone's life. An old, helpless woman.
It's all about the mindset. You understand? When somebody decided to be a mindset that's been taken over by let me say, by the devil will manipulate you. Although some people will say, where is the devil? Can you point out where is the devil? The mindset of a man is the devil itself. So, but in this case now, this is a young girl that is being hired to say, okay, look after mama. Look after mama. Take care of mama. She's being provided for. She was on salary, and she was being taken care of by the family. I'm talking about it's a famous family in Edo State. Ibenedion's family is a famous family. They are well known. Take care of mama, to me, is more like a privilege for her to be part of that family. Mother of the former governor, for you to serve as an aide to her, a housemaid to her. You understand? But you understand that mindset of greed mindset. You say, look, how can you stay with them? How can you be earning 50,000 or 30,000 or 20,000 monthly when you can equally become large? At the end of the day,
but 100,000
if they should check very well, probably she has a boyfriend somewhere that instigated her, incited her to say, look, do this and commit this, and she did it. and she ran away.
In the end,
You
now she has
understand?
been sentenced to death by hanging. She will not even be able to spend that money.
I
That's
spend
if
which
she-
money?
if she even-
100,000?
If she even successfully took the money in the first place.
Though she, according to the allegation, they said that she took away some jewelries from the house and some other things too, and ran away to. Is it Calabar or where that she ran away to? I was following
She
the
was
case
caught.
throughout December. I followed that case. You understand? So, see, the fact is that a lot of moral decadence is there within this our generation. It's happening to our generation, and I don't know where to start from. Is it a family? Is it at the family moral value that is diminishing, or our tradition, our religious houses are not teaching enough? I don't understand where we should start from. When we are children growing up, if you are going to primary school, if you don't even come back from school and you don't eat in your house, your parents will scold you, your mother will scold you. It means you have eaten outside. But now you discover that even parents now, if their child will return back home and they are okay with it. Today now, as we are talking now, parents enroll their children, their boys, into Yahoo Academy to learn how to defraud people. If someone is, let's say, Mr. A is very good, is being known for Yahoo, this.
He has made money
from it and is showing off. Other parents enroll their children to say, okay, teach him this, as if they are going to teach him something morally right. You understand? But it's all about this crazy for material wealth. You understand? Crazy for material wealth now pushing a lot of people into dangerous act, into act that is unbecoming of the society. So I believe that as parents, families, they have a lot to do to sanitize, because no amount of law that we'll have to say, okay, we have this law, we have this, we have that was supposed to deter people. But even with this, is she not sentenced to death?
Exactly.
Tomorrow you will hear something that is to tell you that despite the law, despite everything that the law enforcement they are doing, people are not going to stop from committing crime of this nature. You know, when somebody is committing a crime, to say, okay, armed robber on the road or on the street, that one is a different thing. But you now hire a killer and put under your canopy. You are sleeping with that person, and that person eventually will kill you. That is what we are talking about here. This is a different kind of crime. You understand? So people will now hire at times security guard. As domestic staff generally are becoming too dangerous. Another thing again, people should endeavor to conduct background check on who they will hire as domestic staff, because when you are asleep, that person is awake, and it means you are sleeping with a snake.
But sometimes you know that there's a first time for everything.
Yeah.
People don't they might not have been doing these things in the past, and it's just like you said, they'll probably say it's the devil and all of that.
See,
so that might have just been her first time of attempting something like that, and
let's be sincere,
she ran out of luck.
Let's be sincere to ourselves. Somebody will not commit that kind of crime of taking somebody's life
if they have not
just
done it before.
Only within a day. You understand? There must be element of criminality in that person that we are talking about. Said, okay, probably you put you have like 2 phones, 3 phones, because you are not suspecting that person, that phone will miss. Or you put 20,000, 30,000, or a woman of that this thing of that status. Probably her children, her grandchildren are giving her money here and there. She's keeping the money. This girl will continue to remove the money. This greedy mindset, it will start from somewhere. Probably she will be dipping her money into it. And the day she just take away this woman's life, maybe she assumed there is so much money stashed somewhere, millions stashed somewhere, that she can just pick. But eventually she now saw something less than what she expected. So people should endeavor to conduct background check. Know the person that you are going to hire. When you conduct a background check, it doesn't stop by saying, okay, you are knowing Mr. A, Mr. B, or Mrs. B. No, you should conduct, including going back to her route to know where she's coming from. If you are giving her a phone for guarantor, endeavor to call the guarantor, see that guarantor face to face. Allow that guarantor to go through the processes of due process of meeting your lawyer. When they instill that fear into that person, you discover that she will be afraid to run away. You understand? Let me give you the different story than this. I know of a particular woman. I asked after her yesterday. I said, I have not been seeing this woman. The person I asked, bros, don't ask about her. I said, what? She said, this woman she took a loan and of about 3 million and she ran away. And right now she has put her guarantor into problem. This is what we're talking about. So because this is loan, the process requires providing a guarantor. So the guarantor must have given his assent to say, okay, I give approval for this, give her the loan. So and now she has run away, she has put the guarantor into problem. So when we conduct background check, people should endeavor to do that. It's very important. When you conduct that background check, the person that is going to be guarantor, you should know the person too. Know the person is that person capable of being somebody's guarantor. You understand? If what is their relationship? You know, because when somebody just commit a crime and just run away, you say they will go after the guarantor. The guarantor is just maybe an innocent person that doesn't know anything in his own. Is just, let me just stand for this person because he wants a job. You understand? But they should be able to state it clearly to say, look, this is what it entails. When you open up to say, okay, this is what it entails, if by the person is found defaulting, you fall a victim of his or her action. Do you agree with that? You will see that if that person has questionable character, the person that's supposed to stand for him or her will tell him that no,
I don't want to be part of this.
Even if that person has small element of crime, trait of crime, to say, okay, she usually steal a fowl in the community or this or that, which is not even money. They will tell, no, I don't want it.
So finally, let's still talk about a case of death. Osinachi, the late Osinachi, who died allegedly due to domestic abuse. Her twin sister has come out to testify in court. She said, Amarachi Eze, that's the name of her sister.
Yeah.
She said her sister died as a result of the constant beatings from her husband as he kicked and punched her frequently. Mr. Peter Awanchuku, who is the husband to the late singer, is facing a 23-count charge bordering on domestic violence and homicide, among others. And he has pleaded not guilty. So it's just like I said concerning this issue. I said it yesterday. When a lot of people have come out to say the same thing, and then you are the only person that is saying something different.
Even their son, I think their son said something relating to their father.
The father being violent towards the mother.
So whether we like it or not, there's no smoke without fire. It means the man himself is not speaking the truth. The people are more or less speaking the actual truth. You understand? Whether we like it or not, we should tell ourselves the truth.
Yeah.
Something caused her death. Probably she has a kind of terminal illness, but something.
But if that was it, I think by now medically that should have been proven.
that is one of the things that up to now I've not really. I don't know why the police are holding back with the autopsy report. The autopsy report should present it before the court, so that the court or the man himself should demand an autopsy, whereby the medical autopsy report will be presented. Because I could remember one certain time that the National Hospital, where the doctors did the autopsy, they said they will not present the report to anybody. Say the report is strictly for the police. And I don't know why the police is holding back. The police by now, they should, though this is a court process, I believe that when it comes to that time, they will present that autopsy report before the judge, whereby they will deliberate on and the judgment will be served. But the question is that, to me, where I'm not too comfortable is the process itself. The whole thing is becoming so annoying that somebody will marry a wife and you turn your wife, although I'm not saying he commit that. That is just an allegation. So whereby he can prove himself wrong, he can prove them wrong, or the court can, based on evidence, and say, look, you commit this. But how can somebody marry a wife, your wife, that a woman that you sleep with and you have children with, you turn her? If you are not, if you have been doing that before, the moment children start coming between you, you should know that, look, these children are watching you. Why can't you stop? So just like I told you yesterday or day before yesterday, in this our society, we have some men that are dream killers. Some men that envy their spouses, they envy their wives. A man that wants some men, they just believe that she's my wife, let her not rise above me. she should be like my slave. And the moment she's achieving,
it becomes a problem in the marriage.
In the marriage, and that is what I sense that transpired between Osinachi and her husband Peter. Because if her colleagues in the music industry, some of them came out to say, look, this is what the man was doing on a social time. He accosted me, or he did this or did that. They have been coming out to say so. And when you have a man of that kind of nature to say, okay, a man that is envious of his wife is capable of anything. You understand? Such a man would like to tie the woman down to say, okay, stay indoor, don't go out, don't barricade her from having access to the outside world, so that everything about her will be about him. It's just unfortunate. And another thing that I would, although biblically it's forbidden, it's almost like forbidden for divorce, but like us Muslims, divorce is permissible to us, just like polygamy, just that we abuse it too. The process of divorce is not like something that is easily done. Before you say I divorce your wife or you divorce your husband, you should be ready to face the consequences. And what is the consequence? Once you divorce your husband or your wife, your divorce stand, and you can only remarry again to the same man again unless you marry another man. So when you are divorcing your wife, you should think about it, that will you allow your wife to go and marry another man then before she divorces that man and come back to you? So instead of thinking about divorce, you should think about making that peace, make that union work. That is the essence of that divorce according to the Islamic injunction. But can I say sadly, in Christianity, it's not once you marry for better, for worse. You understand? But to me, it's better to come out alive than to remain in a toxic union. Exactly. There's nothing like endurance. Once the relationship becomes toxic, there's thin line between love and hate. The moment a man raises his hand and hit a woman, that love has disappeared completely.
Exactly. It becomes like bondage,
yes.
sort of. So let's watch closely and see how that story develops.
We'll continue to follow it up.
If he's innocent, I'm sure he'll be vindicated in the end. So my name is Dabir Gifts, and I've had Mr. Mustafa Abdul Malik. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are Aspheric TV on YouTube. On Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, it's Aspheric News. Thanks for watching. Bye.
My name is Remigius Wong, the National Leader Movement of Progressive Youths of Nigeria. I enjoy the whole world to subscribe to Aspheric TV on YouTube, on Instagram, on Twitter and Facebook. Let us build this big vision together. Thank you.
Hello everybody, my name is Double Gifts. Keep watching Aspheric TV. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are Aspheric TV on YouTube. On Twitter, Instagram, we are Aspheric News. Bye.
Happy to have you on our channel. Thank you so much for all your support. But please, for those who have not subscribed, we are begging you, subscribe to our channels. Please subscribe. Please, we are begging you, subscribe to our channel. And while subscribing, do not forget to click on the notification button, the button around it. Don't click so you to get our notification whenever we're on live program, whenever we're covering a live program, whenever we're giving you a news update, whenever we post a new content on our channels. Please do not forget to follow us on our social media handles. On Facebook, official at Aspheric News, on Instagram, Aspheric News, on Twitter, and Aspheric News, on LinkedIn, and Aspheric News. Please, thank you so much for your huge support. Your huge support. Watching is a support. Thank you. We are grateful. But please, let someone know about Aspheric TV, and also to call on us anyone in need our service. Thank you so much. Thank you.